Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 8th. We're just going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to see what is coming up for you at this time. And looks like an awesome reading. The readings have been a little bit sketchy this week. That's what I'm going to say about the readings. And, right off the bat, yours seems just like a little bit nicer, better, obviously. I mean, damn, Aquarius. You do end with the devil, but at the same time, this is not a bad reading at all. And again, the readings, sorry, I just want to make sure this is actually kind of like, at least kind of in the frame here. I'm still learning how to camera here, Aquarius, so there we go. All right, you start off with the Empress. I feel like you're feeling good. I feel like there's a lot of abundant opportunity, as I feel with pretty much everyone. Even in the area of your future feelings, you have the Ten of Pentacles, extreme abundance. Ten of Pentacles doesn't even have to necessarily be like wealth or anything like that. The Ten of Pentacles can simply be, whatever you see as your, total abundant situation. It could be like you starting a family. Really, I see the Ten of Pentacles as building or leaving a legacy. And again, that means something different for everyone. I mean, for some people, that could be writing a bunch of books, right? That is leaving a legacy. You're leaving something behind. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be different for all of you, but whatever that is, I kind of see you working on that. And again, I feel there's a lot of abundance coming in for you with this Empress energy. Your crossing energy is the Ten of Swords. The the Ace of Swords. I don't know why I feel Ten of Swords energy here. It's like something has to end, or I kind of feel like there's something that needs to come to an end. The tricky thing with the Ace of Swords is making a decision, which has been coming up for you for months here, Aquarius, where you could be having a difficult decision to make in any area of your life, really. If I was cheating, I would say the devil, which could be you needing to separate yourself from a person. So for some of you, it's kind of like maybe you're not sure what decisions to make in love. For others, I kind of feel it's a combination of things, as in, like, it could be a person and a location, for example. It's like, if you have a person, you have like a family, and you're in a location, but you want to move to somewhere, to like, I don't know, Korea or something like that. It's like, that type of thing where the reason I said Korea is if you live in the United States and you're moving to like Korea, it's very far away. And I kind of get with that Chariot card that you're thinking of these very expansive, big changes. Chariot isn't just a tiny little change. I'll show you in a minute, but he's leaving behind the city where he has always been. He's leaving behind kind of like what he has always known. And he's allowing the universe to guide him. So I kind of feel there's just this energy of needing to make a choice. The Ace of Swords is also, it's like a good thing and a bad thing, right? There's a palm frond right here. Palm fronds in the tarot represent a sacrifice. There's an olive branch over here, which can represent an offer of peace, but it can also represent just abundance and abundance coming in for you. So it's kind of like needing to like bring things into balance. You have the Chariot again in the area of your thoughts. So again, everybody, it's kind of interesting because, again, as challenging as some of the readings were this week, everybody has had has had their mind, I think, on a victory, and that's what it seems for you. It seems like your thoughts are moving towards victory, or maybe there's a certain victory that you want to have in your life, or something that you see as a victory, and I do feel like you're aiming towards it. I also feel you're ready for a new beginning. I say he kind of looks like the magician, the guy here. He even has the magician's wand right here, Aquarius. So to me, the Chariot can also be a new beginning card. You can see this city behind him, and he's kind of leaving like where he has always been, or where he grew up maybe, or something like that. So I do feel like some of you are kind of expanding your horizons, right? Having more experiences in life, which I feel like you are the only sign that gets that. And I feel like I said that to you in your August reading, your August bonus reading as well. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Six of Pentacles. I get this feeling of preparation. Again, Six of Pentacles is kind of like a card of equal give and take. It's a card of, giving to one thing, maybe and not another. You can see this person has their hand out. This could be part of the problem in your life. It's like, if you have, two things that require your attention, right? You like want to give to one thing, but maybe you feel bad not giving to the other thing, whatever it is in your life. Again, I know that's a very vague statement, but, I kind of feel this feeling of like, maybe you have a business and it's like you want to give your business a lot of time, and you have a family and it's like, how do you balance those two things out? Maybe you want to, maybe you have a person that you want to date, and maybe you have a business. Again, same thing. It's like, how do you balance the two things out? For some of you, it's like, but the weird thing that's popping into my head as I feel like they're completely unrelated things as well. Meaning, again, a business is different than a relationship, right? So totally unrelated. And that's how it's popping into my head. And I feel like you're trying to form balance with the Six of Pentacles. I also feel with this Six of Pentacles as well, it's like, I'll just show you going this direction here. Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is kind of an energy of investment. It's like, Six of Pentacles is putting energy, money, resources, time, effort, spiritual energy, whatever you want to call it, pretty much everything. Six of Pentacles is you investing energy into something. I feel like you're really wanting to make sure that the things you're putting your time into, or your energy or any of the things I mentioned, I feel like you're wanting to make sure that it's going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles going this direction. It's like you don't want to just, put your energy into something. Yeah, and that includes like relationships, everything, businesses, everything in your life. Next, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, another card of preparation. He's ready to plant in these fields. He just needs to get to work. It's a card of being too cautious. And so for some of you, I feel like you need to take some, kind of bigger risks here, which I feel is true for everyone. But definitely, I would say it's a little bit more true for you here in this reading. Next, in the near future, you have the Four of Pentacles, still holding on too tightly to something. Again, I would, look at any ways of kind of like opening up, again, like I said, expanding your horizons, even if it's just like a short little thing. Again, maybe you want to move away from home, for example. It's like, is there a little bit of a day trip you could take that's maybe a little bit far away? Is there something you can do to kind of maybe, again, broaden your horizons just a little bit so that you can see what it's like, And that's what I would be doing with the Four of Pentacles. Is like, you don't have to go crazy leaving a comfort zone, but it's like, is there just a little bit that you could do that would get you outside of a comfort zone? In the next few months, you have the Nine of Cups, total fulfillment and success. So I feel like good things are coming in for you with this Nine of Cups energy. I feel like you're going to be feeling like more satisfied as well, just with the way things are going in life and, the way that your life is going in general. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the King of Cups. King of Cups could be just a couple of things. Number one, I do feel there could be a person coming in for you that's like a little bit more of a King of Cups type of person. You have Cancer here, so it could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be. Could be any sign. You have Taurus, Capricorn, Earth in general. Could be any sign coming in for you. Like I said, general reading. I feel like they're very emotionally stable with the King of Cups. He is sitting in these choppy waters, but he doesn't really care. He's perfectly fine sitting there. So, and again, I don't attach gender to my cards, so whatever gender you're attracted to. But I feel like they're just in a very kind of like emotionally stable person and not too excited by, anything that's going on in their life. I feel like they take a very stable approach to things. I also, of course, feel this showing up in the area of your closest relationships, that your closest relationships are maybe a little bit more supportive. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more like, loved in your closest relationships or nurtured, which is always nice. Good for, building community and things like that. Next, in the area of your future feelings, love it, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you. And again, a lot of people have been getting this lately. So I feel, and like I said, it makes perfect sense to me because with Uranus and Taurus, I feel pretty much everyone is very focused on creating more freedom in their life. And, one way to feel free is to, obviously have abundance, right? So I feel like everybody is focused on creating abundance, but showing up in your future feelings, it tells me that you are feeling abundant in the future. So I feel like you are actually creating this level of abundance in your life and also kind of feeling taken care of as well. You do end with the Devil here. And again, like I said, everybody's had like some sort of little hiccup in the reading. This is showing up as your outcome. I would just be careful of being stuck to something out of duty. Those are the words that are popping into my head. It's like maybe you feel like you have a duty to, be friends with a person or to do things, but it's like, is it right for you is what I would say. Kind of reminds me of like, back when I used to, go live more on this channel, which I'm going to start soon, by the way. I always used to get questions from people that were like, should I be friends with my ex, for example? And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, if you're truly friends with them, if that is true, then yes, absolutely. But if you're doing it to like soften the blow, or if you're doing it because you feel a sense of duty to that person because of whatever, it's like maybe it's better just to kind of, let that person go. As I always say, it's like, I don't really have a problem with people being friends with their ex, but my problem is with it's like once you have a physical interaction with a person, if you don't know what I'm talking about, ask your mom when you get older, right? But once you do that, it's like, I tell you what, it's like there is a bond there that can, it's kind of like pretty hard to break. And so, being friends, it's like somebody is always going to want more in a situation, even trying to be friends, right? And so it's kind of like one of those things where if you're friends with your ex, it's like you might be, it's not always true. Again, take this with a grain of salt, as I always say. But, what I would say is that it's kind of one of those things where it's almost like, by trying to be friends with them, it's like you could also be taking their energy that they could be spending trying to find someone else, right? And it's like sometimes I think we need to be honest, about that, is what I would say. With the Empress and the Ace of Swords, you have the Death card. A lot of death energy going around, so definitely major changes. We kind of talked about this at the beginning of the reading. For you, I feel like it's more expansive. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I said this in your August bonus reading as well. I'll link that up at the end of the video. But, I feel for a lot of you, it kind of gives me the feeling of, again, making a big change. Like I use the random example of Korea. I don't know why that popped in my head. Someone's moving to Korea, right? But I feel like there's this big, expansive change. Maybe you're quitting a job and, people don't want you to quit your job, but you're going to something that's much bigger, much more expansive, opens up the world to you in a lot of ways. With the Chariot, you have the Moon card. The moon kind of represents fears and uncertainty, and obviously if you are going on a moon journey, or a chariot journey even, he doesn't know where he's going, the chariot driver. He has those two sphinxes in front of him. They represent the universe, and, they kind of represent the fact that the universe knows where you're going, and that's good enough. So I feel like this is about kind of facing some fears, which we kind of talked about at the beginning of the reading. In the area of your foundation with the Six of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands, going on an adventure. Definitely very adventurous reading is what I'd say to you. I mean, I feel like it's true for everyone, but it's funny because it's always true for you in your opposite sign, Leo. Always comes up for you too, that you should be adventuring. This doesn't mean you literally have to go on an adventure, but we can go on an adventure by learning something new, learning a new topic. We can start a new hobby. We can make new friends. Those are all adventures. Those are just a few. There's a million types of adventure that we can go on. So I feel like being adventurous is going to be very beneficial for you. And we definitely talked about this in the bonus readings. Again, with that triple conjunction that we had in Taurus, I'm telling you right now, it's like the people who are more adventurous, more spontaneous, more willing to try new things are going to be the people that are going to be probably getting through this very successfully. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the World card. Again, more moving energy, like I said. So definitely some accomplishments coming in for you. You show up right here. So you're showing up in a position of power and strength on the World card. I feel like there are some accomplishments coming in for you here with the World. I do feel this feeling of feeling like you need to accomplish things. I would be careful. I feel like I always say this to you, Aquarius. I don't know why, but I would be careful of missing out on something, It's like, I really don't have a good example for you, but what I would say is that sometimes I think we think that we have to have certain accomplishments before we do something. Like we want certain accomplishments before we get into a relationship, or we want certain accomplishments before we start a business or whatever. And I feel like this is saying I would get started now. I wouldn't really wait with this energy. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. Again, could be a soulmate coming in for you. I feel like it's someone who's very different than your usual type. This came up in all the 2022 readings. I'm almost 1,000% sure it came up for you in your 2022 reading. That if you're looking for love, it's probably someone who's very different than what you're used to. The Two of Cups, these two people are meant to look different. That's the whole point, is that they come from different locations. And even if we look at this right here, look, Chariot, the Moon, the World, traveling, are you kidding? So to this Two of Cups, definitely could be a person from a different location. Could be someone who lives in Korea. Could be someone who is from Korea. Maybe you're from Korea. I don't know. I don't know why I'm focused on Korea today. Probably I need some Korean barbecue. That's really what it boils down to. But what I would say here is that for a lot of you, I feel like it's someone who is very different than maybe what you're used to. But again, Two of Cups, soulmates. And also Two of Cups has a focus on communication. And so it usually suggests that the person that's coming in for you you have very good communication with this person. With the King of Cups, Ace of Wands, there you go. I would say that if it's a person, if this is love, I feel like it's very passionate. Like I said, definitely a very deep connection with this person here. I feel like something needs to get physical. Okay, I kind of got this feeling. Why did I say that earlier? I was saying something about, being physical with a person. I made the mom joke, right? But what I would say here is that I feel like that needs to happen for some of you. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, obviously, but I feel like once it's almost like I see two people who've been kind of not physical, getting physical, and I'm trying to keep this G-rated as possible here, Aquarius. But it's I feel like that connection is kind of what makes is kind of like what solidifies something. I know that sounds very obvious, but I feel like this is also, a very specific message. It might be just for one of you. Again, if you've been talking to a person from a distance for a long time, could be a Capricorn, someone who has Capricorn in their chart, or water or earth in general, I would say. Water earth is what I'm getting, or it could be a Leo as well. I'm getting like all this stuff coming in. And what I would say here is that I feel like things, like once that happens, it's kind of like locking the relationship in. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. For others, I kind of feel that there could be a lot of inspiration from the people around you. Again, we're in a very inspiring time. And so I would this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships. So there could be a lot of inspiration from the people around you. And that's exactly what I would focus on with this energy. With that 10 of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Wands. Again, I feel like your vision is becoming more clear with that 10 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands is kind of defending your position at the top of a hill. It's a card of like knowing that you're going to be successful at something. And the more you believe in yourself, the more likely it is they're going to be successful with the 7 of Wands. So I would make sure that you are kind of like really believing that you can have your 10 of Pentacles, whatever that is for you. Finally, with the Devil, you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing. Definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you. Look at this. This is amazing. For some of you, I feel like you need to be... By the way, if this is about a person, again, not telling you what to do, I always tell people, it's like I'm speaking generally here. I'm broadcasting, which means I'm speaking to a very large audience. And I think sometimes people need to understand that, right? So it's like I'm speaking very generally here. And what I would say is I feel like for some of you, if you're with a person here, I feel like, I would just be careful of some of the people around you. It's like, they might be saying things to you in your relationship. Maybe you have a relationship with a person, and if you find them like hating on your partner or things like that, I would say, is this really true? Again, I've heard too many stories. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've had this channel for 7 years. I've been reading for a lot longer than that, right? Tarot in general. And what I would say is I've seen too many times where people have come to me and they've said, my friends convinced me to break up with my boyfriend or my girlfriend, whatever the case, take how it resonates. And, they convinced me and now I regret it because, what they said wasn't true or whatever. I'm like, always be careful of your single friends, be careful of your divorced friends, be careful of your divorced, mother or father, right? It's like, I'm not saying they're bad people, but I've seen it too many times where it's like a divorced person is just an angry, bitter, miserable person. And maybe they're not a bad person, but maybe they're just, kind of a little sour on relationships. And so then they want you, misery loves company. They want you miserable too. And that is popping into my head where it's like, if you have people that are saying things like, oh, this person's this or that or the other thing, it's like, is it really true? I feel like you need to look at the evidence and say, is it true or are they just trying to convince me of this, right? And I would be very careful of that with this energy. But other than that, really good reading. I love it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you and definitely enjoy your week.